Alright. Hello fellow viewers and welcome back to yet another live stream of Safari Sunday, and this time we will go towards, or we will enter other areas in the Safar-Zone where I haven't hunted yet, which have different Pokemon that we are used to. And for some of you, my brain isn't braining again. So you're maybe wondering why I'm here, which is not the Safari-Zone at all. And it's because of one reason. You need to get the speed bike. So there's two different bicycles in Generation 3. One where you can basically hop on it, and one where you can't do that, but it's very fast. And there are certain puzzles in the game, or certain obstacles, where you need one or the other bike in order to proceed. Like in the Sky Pillar, you need the Maka bike, as it's known in English, in order to get to certain places. Like if you want to have a chance at catching Rayquaza, you're gonna need this specific bike. Hey there, human name, welcome back to the stream. How you doing? May RNG bless you. Yeah, thank you. Hopefully not too much trolling. Who knows? I mean, you never know what happens in these. I mean, I do RNG manipulation, sure, but I'm still... RNG has power over me. And in certain situations, I can't really do anything about it. Like if I mean, this is a safari hunt after all, and in the Safari-Zone, if the Pokemon flees, then it's gone. And it has happened before where I got a shiny to appear, and it didn't work out because, well, it fled. So let's see what happens today. Hey there, Kaiser comes in. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Your Kribby thing really made me laugh today, and the fact that you used Comic Sans just was the perfect cherry on top. Might as well say that now. Right, so Safari-Zone Area 3 has the following Pokemon that I haven't gotten yet. One of them is Rhyhorn. As you can see, I might as well input the delay since we're using Sweet Scent, which is 268 if you're using Sweet Scent outside. So Rhyhorn would be, I get 2 frames with a shiny Rhyhorn. Oddish, hopefully not, but you know my luck. We might get a Doduo as well, who knows. Gloom could also appear. Dodrio I could also get. I already have one, but still. And Pinsir I can get. But when I click generate here, you can clearly see that there are no advances or no frames that yield a Pinsir. So what I do is I use my synchronizer, my adamant synchronizer. Then if you want to do this as well, you go to the synchronize tab and you click on adamant, and then you hit generate, and oh look, suddenly I get 2. So yeah, I think I'm gonna first hunt for Pinsir, since it's a shiny I never had and it looks really great. So yeah, let's start. Hey there, Alex, welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Shout out to both of my patrons, Kaiser Kamazin and Alex, great people, and you should check out their channel. Political correctness mob will disappear if you like Comic Sans. Oh, is liking Comic Sans a crime now? I didn't know. I wasn't aware of that. I unironically like Comic Sans, although I don't really use it because it's such a joke and such a meme, right? But it's actually very good if you are if you have dyslexia. It's a fantastic font. I've talked to people who had dyslexia and they told me that Comic Sans is really easy to read for them. I don't have dyslexia, but I'm glad that there are fonts out there that help people like that. It's a ridiculous group of stories. Yeah, I've only read the first one, so it's still that cripple star thing that already I had me belly laughing. How are you? Yeah, I'm pretty good today. Yeah, people hate Comic Sans, I know. Probably because it was overused everywhere. At least that's my guess. So before I reset, I want to show you how to get to Area 3. So here you go towards the west. This is Area... Oops, that wasn't my intention. This is Area 2, which also has a lake where you can get specific water-only Pokemon, either by surfing or fishing. And now if you... Okay, that was maybe not the most intelligent one. The most intelligent tile to press up. But here, see this? You can only get above when you have a certain speed. And with the acro bike, it's impossible. But you need to go build speed, and then you're in Area 3. This is Area 3 right now. So all the grass patches yield the same wild Pokemon as far as I'm aware. And on the top right of Area 3, I might as well show it now. Yeah, it's here. Again, my sense of orientation isn't the best. But yeah, here it is. This is where you can also get water Pokemon. Either by fishing or surfing. I'm probably gonna do both. Just to, you know, get some other results, not always the same Pokemon. Right, so that is my target frame, and I've already babbled on for long enough. Let's hunt. Because of you, my friend and I wrote more Kribby and started episode 14, I believe. Oh, I started that? I wasn't aware. It's just such a coincidence that both of us, when we were teenagers, that we had that idea of writing or like having a parody Kirby that is called Kribby. The world is small, I guess. No, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, reset again. Because encounters sadly... So don't do the stupid thing I just did. Encounters unfortunately advance your frames a lot, and that can... Then I won't hit the pincer frame. I could maybe hit another shiny frame, but knowing my luck, it's gonna be Oddish again, which... Ugh, I've had enough. But mark my words, there's gonna be a shiny Oddish here again, I'm pretty sure. Since Area 3 has them. In fact, I think every Safar-Zone area has them, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I don't know them by heart. But still, it's gonna happen anyway, I'm pretty sure. Right, so go into a patch of grass, and then hover over Sweet Scent, and then hopefully I'll hit the pincer frame. Hey there, Ahmed, welcome back to the stream, how you doing? Hopefully good? I hate web dev, I really hate web dev, the most strange thing I ever touch with my brain. What do you hate about web development? Like, if you got problems with PHP, I can kind of understand, because sometimes it's just a mess to deal with. Or maybe JavaScript, that can sometimes also get on your nerves, definitely. Currently struggling with operands on the Minecraft CPU I installed. Oh, which ones? I'm pretty sure I remember you successfully implementing the exclusive ore, right? So if you get the exclusive ore down, I bet that you have the and the normal ore down, because that's then trivial at this point. You're doing okay? Well, that's good. It's also starting to get a bit warmer where I am. I'm really missing the spring weather. Yeah, you did XR a long time ago. Yeah, that's what I thought. And if you're wondering why there's a Lileep in my team, it's because Lileep has the ability Suction Cups, and that's gonna guarantee me a successful hook on when I use the rods. And I don't really like fishing RNG. I'm not the only one. Other RNG manipulators have said the same thing. It's really unreliable sometimes, and sometimes really annoying. But not as horrible as Rock Smash RNG, which I'm going to do at one point here, but be prepared for it to like maybe result in 3 out of 10, or no, even less so. Maybe 30 out of 100, no, even less, 20 out of 100 encounters. Because even if you do the Rock Smash, the timing perfectly, after Rock Smash, no battle start is guaranteed. So it isn't guaranteed that a battle will begin. So you might have hit the exact correct frame that yields you shiny, but if there's no battle, then there's no shiny, and that is like I did a test run with Rock Smash RNG, and it, like after an hour I haven't gotten a shiny, and it was really annoying, I have to say. But still, that shiny Shuckle in the Safar-Zone, I want to get them all. That's the challenge behind this video, or at least this stream series. I want to try and get every single Pokemon that I can get in the Safar-Zone as a shiny. And that's a Doduo, and it's not even shiny, so also calibrating here is hard. You need to catch the Pokemon in the first place, and that's not a guarantee. There's no, you cannot use the Master Ball, I might as well add. I suggest a movie for the movie night called Diary of a Wimpy Kid. It's Comedy family movie, so it's great, I can tell you that. I've heard so much of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid, but other than the knowledge that there's a iceberg video about that topic somewhere, I have absolutely no idea what it is about. And I know at one point my brain will annoy me to check it out, because I'm morbidly curious sometimes. Well, no, not sometimes. Ooh, okay, that's not good. Well, that's a Pinsir. Maybe I'll try to salvage this and maybe get another shiny. Don't want to reset now. Let's see. Let's see how long it takes for the shiny Oddish to appear instead. But yeah, thank you for your suggestion, Amit. I still have to check when that would be. I was having fun with it, and it was a great experience. Okay, that's at least there's that. It's like talking to a guy with schizophrenia sitting inside my browser. Yeah, JavaScript is kind of wild sometimes, but you can do a lot of fun stuff with it. So, but your description is pretty accurate there, Alex. My bad, episode 12 of Kribby. Kribby is currently in a Kribby-resistant jail for what you did in the episode. Yeah, criminal. I swear, YouTube poop has ruined my humor, and there's phrases from decade-old videos on YouTube that just, I don't know how to say it, but other than they are like a sleeper agent when I hear the words dinner or spaghetti or, you know, just words like that. And then it's like a sleeper agent. It just activates specific neurons in your brain, and then you have to script. You have to quote some absolutely random nonsense, spouting gibberish like a demon that just got summoned. And I mean, only my husband can kind of understand because we do it together. He showed me YouTube poop. He ruined my humor in that regard. And yeah, still, like over a decade later, we still have to do that. It's like a sleeper agent. It's brain rot at its finest. Pretty good with programming, I think. I know Python and C++. If you're good at C++, then yes, you are good, because I found C++ to be the hardest language. First time I really used it seriously, I managed to get a blue screen of death on my university Windows laptop, so there's that. Even ported my favorite J2Me game from cell phones to Switch without even having Switch. Oh, that's really cool. So a cell phone game to the Switch. Have to check that game out because I don't think I know what it is. But this thing is strange. I don't need fun stuff. I need to work. Well, I mean, that's also a very good mindset that you're in. Install this Minecraft CPU with the Fibonacci algorithm pre-installed. Classic. And I understand the mnemonics used, but not the operands. Ah, okay. I get it. Okay. Yeah, that's actually kind of like an exercise I would have had at university back then. Well, the movie is great, but the book is where it gets dark, but as long as we are on the movie, we are good. Okay, so that's what this thing is about. The book gets really dark, because, I mean, there's so many... I mean, I've seen the thumbnails. I haven't watched the videos, but there's hour-long videos about Diaries of a Wimpy Kid and iceberg videos and creepy, apparently, things about it. I have no idea. I have no context. So I don't really have a say in the matter, but at one point I would have checked it out anyway, so... Okay, good. This time, no early encounter. Brain rot at its finest, you mean TikTok? No, that's not brain rot at its finest. That's the worst brain rot, or one of the worst you could get. At least with YouTube poop, it's somewhat harmless. I mean, I'm not out in the open just yelling spaghetti or Mama Luigi, you know, but it is like a sleeper agent. Like this can't go away anymore. It's been tainted, but TikTok brain rot really that goes beyond that, you know. YouTube poop may have ruined my humor, but YouTube poop did not ruin my attention span. And TikTok does that, so I think that's worse than having very quirky humor. Definitely, that instant gratification thing, it's really not good on, especially not good on developing brains, right? I'm not really for banning TikTok, but like I think there's isn't there a law being passed right now in the US that aims to ban TikTok? Which I'm not sure if I'm a proponent of that concept, but there definitely needs to be some kind of regulation when it comes to giving mobile phones to toddlers or children, and the screen time and the psychological effects it could have, or it may have. So that's kind of the difference that I make. C++ you can understand JavaScript, you have to just accept. Yeah, you just accept it. And you also accept that it's not Java. That it's kind of a lie. It is Java, but it's not. It's not a programming language, it's a scripting language. And forgive, yeah, you definitely need forgiveness for that. Just wait, in one of the new accidentally read that the correct way, Kribby episodes, it's being slowly revealed that the narrator is actually sentient, and I snuck in a reference to my other works that I'm writing. Oh, so that really gets meta. So the narrator is sentient and he's stuck in that weird parody universe. The Kribby lore is deep. Deep Kribby lore. I know how to do some game development. I'm good to make a game like 2D Pixel Mario game, but not a big crazy game. It's too much to me. Well, nowadays there's already that you're able to do a 2D pixel thing. That's better than average, much better than average, I would say. And, well, it also depends. Sometimes you can, Unity used to be free. Used to. But back when it was, you could actually kind of program or make a 3D game without really being that good at programming. There were so many plugins that you could use that would help you a lot. But unfortunately, I don't have access to that anymore. And for a split second, I thought, oh boy, here we go again, shiny Oddish. But no, it's just a normal Oddish. I've basically uninstalled all apps on my phone because of brain rot. Yeah, I'm also, I'm really trying to use my smartphone less and less and less because at least for my preferences or to my likings, I just was too long scrolling on something, I don't know, like Reddit or other things, and it just eats up too much time. It's toxic, and then I don't know, I like reading long text like books, and I don't want to lose that ability. Not sure if I could, but still, that short video format makes me nervous. I don't know why, just generally makes me kind of nervous and I feel unfulfilled. Smartphones should be minimum 15 plus, maybe 18 plus. Yeah, I know that if I had kids, I would never give them a smartphone like when there's... Yeah, I think not under 12, certainly not. Maybe, yeah, like you say, human name, maybe starting from 15. There's already studies being done on the subject about the psychological effects of social media on the developing brain, and the effects aren't really nice. They're not positive, mostly not. There's jealousy that gets rewarded, narcissistic traits get rewarded, post so many selfies, it's all about me, and the likes you get. It also spreads unfavorable ideas very quickly to children or teenagers who have not yet a fully developed brain to really contemplate about what they're seeing. And for example, also they get unrealistic standards from Instagram, something like that. I've seen it happen in other teenagers. It's really not pretty. And not only that, but I think, or I feel like I experienced the internet a bit before, before 2010, and the internet was really different back then. It really was, and today it's become really toxic, I have to say. Not everything was better about the old web. For example, you would stumble very easily. You would accidentally stumble across very disturbing things, like I don't know, some drug selling site or snuff videos, where actual violence or accidents, gore happens, and you just stumbled upon them, and you would see that as a child. You wouldn't even need to look for them. At one point, you'd find one, because the internet was really the worldwide. It was the World Wide Web, but it was also the World Wide West. Definitely. So that wasn't that. It's good that that is a bit harder to do today, but still, it's become very toxic, very competitive. People post. There's so much misinformation online, and then just. How do I even say it? It's just. You know, back then the internet was a place where you would log in and then you log out and then you have your private life. And today, the private life and the internet, they kind of merge together into a toxic sleuth of unpleasantness. If that makes sense, if my rambling makes sense. May I ask, no, may seem like a dumb question, but what is this Kribby? Is it a TV show? No, it's not. Kirby is a TV show. It was a game. It's a game series, which also had a TV show at one point, an anime. But what we're talking about is Kaiser Kamazin wrote a kind of parody of Kirby called Kribby, which is very funny because I also did something like that. I didn't write anything, but I also had a parody of Kirby called Kribby. And it's just a funny coincidence that we had the same brain rot idea as teenagers, and he sent me like a story that he wrote, and yeah, it's really it made me giggle, even though maybe it shouldn't, but it did because of YouTube poop and my humor. I explained that before. It's very weird in context as well, so. The narrator is the ultimate god of the universe deep in his sleep. Oh, we got some. Jeez, the leap, the leap goes door. Yeah, exactly. The lore goes really deep in this. It's like, is it Azathoth? I mean, I don't have the 9 tongues to speak out a elder god's name, but that sounds like Azathoth from the Cthulhu mythos. Like an almighty idiot, a god who's asleep and his dreams are reality. So as the episode goes on, he's waking up, and the last episode of the series is Kribby fighting God like any good RPG. Oh geez, that really escalated into something much more epic. Planning on buying a dumb phone. A dumb phone, so just a old regular flip phone? Is that what dumb phone means? I mean, I know people who really ditched smartphones and they got back to old flip phones. And I can't blame them. Deleted a lot of apps. I ended up reading a 550-page book in a little over a week. Oh, that's nice. Oh, let's dive into psychology. Help me to forget that JavaScripting hell. Unfortunately, I also have PTSD from that, so we're in this together, Alex. We just have to suffer in silence. See, the big problem with social media for kids is because of there's no real punishment if you do something wrong. Yeah, that as well. That is also definitely a problem. I agree. If you go to the street and call someone a bad word, you have a reaction exact same time as you say it, and you can see it is wrong. Yeah, and there's immediate repercussion. When you type something, hit send, and have no consequences, brain is unable to develop neural connections to understand the consequences. Yeah, there's some meta-analysis that go or delve into the fact that also chatting with someone on the internet can sometimes not come across as there being a real person behind the text, the chat. And apparently that strengthens some, or may strengthen some psychopathic traits, which is not good, right? Empathy is very important nowadays. When you type something, hit send. Yeah, no consequences. That's... Yeah, I have definitely read about that before, so... An old school phone? Okay, I never stumbled across the term dumb phone. It's funny though, that they're called dumb phones now. Still remember my Motorola, that Razr that I had. I still have it, right? Just don't use it. Love rereading Kribby and thinking, did I really write this? God, this is awful, all the while chuckling about it. Yeah, but I like camp, you know? Liking something... Or finding the humor in something because it's so bad. That there's a... integer overflow of some sorts and then it becomes funny again. Kind of like that movie The Room. From Tommy Wiseau. It's not a good movie. The script is as if an alien had to do a very quick last-minute assignment of human interactions. It's baffling, but at the same time, it's probably the most quotable movie I've ever watched, and I keep quoting things of that, yeah, from that movie. Because it's so funny, it's so bad, it's so bafflingly bad that it becomes really funny again. And I've watched it too many times, except specific scenes, you know, the SEX scenes, those are very awkward, I don't recommend. I just recommend skipping over those because, oh geez, are they awkward. I'm not saying this as a, oh, I'm prude, I don't like these kind of scenes in movies. But it's literally, it's become a meme at this point. Like let's say he aims towards the belly button. And it looks very bizarre. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't think I can really go into too much detail there. I mean, we intentionally didn't proofread it. That also made it kind of funny. So any and all mistakes were kept in, including the weird German autocorrect that happens occasionally because I have the German keyboard on my phone. How come you have the German keyboard on your phone? Did you try that out while learning German and then you forgot to switch it back? Because I also have a Japanese keyboard and sometimes I accidentally click the change language thing on my phone and then, oh, now I have hiragana. No, I just want normal letters, please. Or normal, to be their normal because I'm European. I did not hit her, I did not. Oh, hi Mark, yeah, exactly. A man of culture, again. Human name, very good. It's just, it's really funny. I mean, that movie made me laugh. Belly laugh, you know, when your back hurts, that kind of laughing. Sometimes I felt like a genius for some of the characters I designed for my scientist fantasy fictional. Oh, your science fiction thing, yeah. But I felt like overall I felt dumb for I made once burned some books I wrote since I was 9. Oh, you burned them. So you wrote things and then you burned them? Oh, that's unfortunate. Can't really... It's not a video game, can't hit reset and get it back. I'm also... I know how you feel, Ahmed. I have some things that I drew or wrote when I was very small, like a toddler. And my mom ended up throwing them away, which is a shame, so I can't really show people that anymore. Chatting is hell. If you chat with a person that doesn't understand, it is a chat. I had a situation today in one tech chat online. One guy is asking stupid questions. I'm answering exact to that question. In the end, it turned out that he accused me of passive aggression and began calling me different words. Oh, jeez. Not realizing that all the aggression was in his head, he made it up. I simply answered his questions, essentially. Yeah, but there's some people, you know, Alex, there's some people that just are looking for drama. I don't understand it either. I really don't, because I'm the opposite of that. I don't care for drama, and if there is drama, I try to stop it, or at least, well, that's a Rhyhorn, but not a shiny one. But yeah, as soon as drama starts to spread, I try to put out the fire, if that makes sense. But there's people out there that are just looking for fights. I don't know. You could be so sweet and caring and empathetic, and they'd think that you'd be, you know, that you, I don't know, are doing an act or just trying to, that is passive aggressive. I don't know. I don't even know how they come to that conclusion. But unfortunately, there's people like that. Maybe you got unlucky and had to deal with someone like that. Or it's such a big loser that he has absolutely no hobbies other than go online and annoy people. That's, unfortunately, there's enough of that kind roaming around on planet Earth. Lots of laughter, Kribby 2023. And the 10, yeah, that's, jeez. Weird fact about the room, the actress refused to do some sex scenes because Tommy wanted more. Yeah, I've read the book that came with it, the Disaster Artist. I read that, and it says so, and I really felt bad for Lisa's actress. And I would understand because they are so awkward. Oh, geez, I would also just be... I would say in her place, I would also say, please, no more of that. Lots of keyboards on my phone for no reason, like Chinese, Japanese, Arabic, Spanish. Oh, wow. But I had German specifically for when I took it in high school, never got rid of it. I understand. But damn, Chinese, that's... I don't even know how the Chinese keyboard works, like, or what it would look like, because Chinese is not like Japanese, as in... With Japanese, the keyboard, you can at least type things out in hiragana, and it can auto-complete the kanjis later, but Chinese is purely pictographic, so there's one... I mean, they don't call it kanji, right? But, there's like thousands of characters. How would you go about doing a keyboard system with that? I never had to do that, so I never had to think about it, but I am interested how that would look like. Same for Arabic, but that is also because I cannot read Arabic. I don't know how to. The only thing about Arabic that I know is that it's read from right to left as opposed to left to right. And that's pretty much it. Oh, and that Sahara means desert. Thank you, Ahmed. Didn't forget about that. You hate drama too, Ahmed? Yeah, I never understand why would you... I mean... I also don't understand how people can go on and on and on about some celebrity drama. Like, who cares? Let these people live. And, I mean, can't we talk about more interesting or encouraging things? I do understand it how people are searching for aggression. I really don't understand it, but then again, I'm really not like that. There's a mechanism in the brain how people come to that behavior. Yeah, I would assume so, right? But my brain is not a fan of that. So I can't really empathize with that, even though I sometimes try to. Maybe I shouldn't. I was going to say we should watch The Room for movie night, but a lot of the people here are minors, so it's not appropriate. Yeah, that would be kind of problematic. Or, I mean, I have the movie. Maybe I could skip these scenes. or cut them out. Because they're not worth it. They're really not worth it. They're not hot or nice to look at or sensual or... I mean, the songs are really nice. The songs are very beautiful and romantic, but the scenes themselves, I mean, it's so awkward, and I don't like using that word, but I really cringe. I cringe really hard. I mean, they're not really that long, but they do feel like 1 minute of that feels like an hour. So I think that already tells you everything you need to know. It's really not nice. And the uncomfortable laughter of the actress and also Tommy just makes it worse. Some people these days just want to look at what makes you so beautiful, and then they make it look dumb. And had some of these people growing up as a kid. Yeah, same. It's same. Till now, these people are the same who have nothing. I mean, if you have to tear down other people, then that tells me something. And what it tells me is that you cannot improve yourself. So you have to tear down other people, do a smearing campaign in order to look better comparatively. So if you have to do that, of course you have nothing. And if the people who do these things would use that energy and that time that they have for drama, if they would use that energy for self-reflection and self-betterment, then they wouldn't be a drama queen. It's pretty logical if you think about it that way, and it's pretty straightforward. I think there's different keyboard writing systems in Mandarin. Now that's something I wrote it down in my notes. I'm gonna Google that later because now I'm very curious and my brain won't shut up. It wants to know before I head to bed how that looks like. They want special people look specially bad to feel like they are just like everyone. Yeah, they like I said before, they push people down so they appear taller or above them, no? But that doesn't make you a good person if you push others down. Yeah, empathize and understand are two differences, that's true. As I work with people on that kind of problems, I have to understand, but it doesn't mean it's something related to me. I mean, I always try to at least empathize, but understanding sometimes is at least... I think empathizing is easier than understanding. At least I would say that for myself, that's true. Don't worry about me, I saw death in my eyes for 18 plus, not a big deal to me. What do you mean? Is that a movie or something? Or are you telling me that you saw a person, you know, at the seizing all life functions, to put it bluntly? Hopefully, if that is the case, then my condolences, and hopefully you had the time and energy to properly go through these memories, because that's not easy to deal with. But still, even if I know that it wouldn't like damage you, Amit, it's still against certain EU laws and it's pretty dangerous. And I will confirm to every single law. I'm not taking any risk and any chances with that. So I think I can do something. I could just edit them out. It's not like you want to see them anyway. Trust me, you don't. And I don't want to see them again either. I always skip these. They're the worst part of the movie. And I mean, yeah, this is just a personal opinion, right? Not truth or fact. But it's also, I don't find Tommy particularly attractive. so that doesn't help either. And I mean, the person, the actor Greg Sestero, who plays Mark, he's very attractive, but still, his sex scenes are also not, I mean, they're just awkward. That's all I can say. How they're cut, how the camera pans, it's just so weird. It's hard to describe. Well, and for now you're the only young one here. There's other people as well, like Arch and Classic and others that are minors, and I really take that very seriously. I prefer Java over C++, but then again, I like the garbage disposal thing of Java. I really like that, and in C++ you have to do that yourself, and I don't know, I could never be bothered to do that, so I'm really glad for C#, which is a kind of like if Java and C++ had a baby, and it's really good because it has both the best of both worlds. You can call it Kribby-resistant material. Once we get to Funstar, we intend to execute you. Kribby looked at the Admiral with utter shock and horror on his face. Funstar? But Cripplestar would be the exact same stupid joke I would do, or I would have done back then. So that's spot on. And the Comic Sans, I mean... Saw an old guy die when I was back into... Oh, okay. My condolences. It was hard. I asked my dad, will he come back? My dad told me, yes, he's back to a place but he belongs to. I didn't know what he meant, but now I know. Oh, you mean he's in a better place? Or he passed on? Yeah, it's sometimes really hard to deal with that. I've also seen that with my own eyes in the hospital. And yeah, you really need time and space and peace of mind to come to terms with what you saw. And don't forget that there's always people, hopefully there's people in your life where you can share these things if in case you can't really deal with it. And that's not a weakness. Think of any kind of king. I think any king of programming on any language is a wonderful world with unicorns and butterflies. Sometimes it's very magical, yes, indeed. That was a Kribby, except Kribby hates Funstar as one of the only places that could neutralize his edginess. Yeah, that would make sense. No fun allowed. Apparently no shinies allowed too. It's been almost an hour now. Need to step up my game. I think the Kribby brain rot is starting to eat at my neurons. But it's too late now. Once you go in, you never stop. I'm glad I'm not the only one with that very strange kind of humor. Campy humor, let's say. $15,161. That's the one I want, but till now no shiny. If not, I could maybe. What's the? Oh yeah, the Rhyhorn one is pretty close to that one. So I might accidentally. I'll still go for the Pinsir, I think, because I might accidentally hit another frame. Fun fact about me that I use my legs sometimes, not to use my hands, because I have big legs that help a lot, and sometimes open doors with my leg when I'm only alone so no one sees me. Oh yeah, I've done that as well, opening doors with, at least at home only. I don't do that in public places, not only because people would stare at me and I don't like that, but also not very hygienic to use your shoe that you use, like you put that on the ground, you have contact with the ground, the dirty ground, and you should go push that onto a doorknob. That's just lack of respect, and I think it's disgusting. But if it's at home, I mean, that's another entirely different story. Once you're cribbified, you're doomed. Oh, I was doomed long ago, Kaiser comes in. Way too late for that. I can try to simply explain that mechanism of aggression in brain works with all other kind of strange things that people are searching for. The key is anxiety. If people used to face aggression, it makes a habit to expect aggression from people everywhere. Yeah, I mean, the environment shapes you, right? Sometimes it's not only nature, it's also nurture, oftentimes. And some people do that, I bet, because they don't know anything different. So they go looking for that, which is that's what I have empathy for, you know? That I would say, yeah, I hope that doesn't happen too much, because I don't think people deserve to live that life, but it doesn't excuse anything. So I have kind of empathy with that, but I don't understand it, because I also had some, let's say, times in my life where I was in a not so favorable environment, aggressive even, but I never thought about replicating that behavior because I hated it. So why should I do the same thing, you know? But for that you need self-reflection, and a lot of people don't have that, especially arrogant people. He remembered all too well his 3-month imprisonment as a prisoner of war of Funstar. I can't believe I'm reading Prisoner of War on Funstar. It sounds like a fever dream. During the interdimensional wars, he has to do some things like ride roller coasters, eat cake, smile, and concuss awful. That is like the Care Bear thing, where everything needs to be very cute and nice and sweet and not a rotten thing inside. I'm also used to things that are considered not safe around the world. Not safe around the world. What the hell, brain? What are you talking about? Not safe for work around the world. Here kids help slaughtering sheep. Yeah, I mean, true. And that's not what I'm trying to get at. I know that some minors are very mature in a lot of things, but still, law is law. And what I'm trying to say is, if we do that movie, then what am I doing? Then I'll definitely cut that out. Or at least I skip it to the point where you can't really see anything. It's not worth it anyway. Definitely not. And there's no aggression. Anxiety comes on stage. Where's my aggression? This anxiety grows the more you have no aggression. And at some point this anxiety becomes strong, much more unbearable than potential aggression. And after receiving that aggression, anxiety goes away. Brain is not waiting for it anymore. Waiting for next turn of this wheel. Yeah, it is somewhat of a cycle, right? Iraq is the only country in the world that would break Pokemon, because in Iraq the weather can rain and have Sandstorm, how do I know? Because it's a sandstorm and raining. Oh, so you have a sandstorm and it's raining at the same time? I mean, I know that this isn't Iraq, it's Iran, but I know a person from Iran and he told me that he had that back there as well, that there was a sandstorm and then it was raining at the same time. And I thought that has to be really wild. I don't know how that would feel like. Fun fact about Arabic is that Arabic is the biggest language with more than 10 million speakers in the world. Just so you know, English has over 100,000 words. Oh, not speakers, but words. Oh, okay. I misread that. 10 million words. 10 million words. That is a lot of words, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying and I'm struggling to think of a language that has more words than that. Because not even English breaks, breaches or breaks the 1 million mark. So 10 million, that's even more than that. That's incredible. Must be very hard to fully master. I mean, I do know that there's different categories for learning languages, as in how difficult they are. And I distinctively remember Arabic being in the hardest to learn category. So I do have some kind of respect for anyone who has mastered the Arabian language. That's like, wow. I've heard it's not I mean, it's not too easy grammar-wise as well, which I can't say for sure because I don't speak. I know I don't speak the language, right? But from people I've talked to who speak the language, they did tell me that the grammar is also really hard. I want my shiny. Google says over 12 million distinct words. 12 million, that's even more. That's like 2 million more than that. That's insane. But are a lot of these like synonyms? Because doesn't and I don't want to disrespect anyone when I say that. I know there's people, Muslims, that don't like when you talk about that, but I've heard that, at least I mean, I did read the Quran and it mentions that Allah, the God, has more than 99 names. And I know a imam told me that that's apparently a theme in Arabic, that the same word you can write in so many different variations. So that would make sense with the 12 million words. Yeah, unique or fused words, that also I would like to know, because I know that from German. I always call German a Lego language, and why? You can actually like put words together in German, and they give a very long word that looks like hell for anyone who is not familiar with the language or fluent in it. But it's actually just a combination, like you put words on top, you stack them on top of each other, and it makes sense. Like, I don't know, Bundesregierungsgesetz, that's like, okay, that's such a long word, but it's made out of 3 shorter words, so it makes sense. And once you understand that system, putting words together like that, you don't have problems with that anymore. Oh yeah, anxiety, especially anxiety disorders are no joke, definitely. Language is crazy. Linguistics is something I've always been interested in. Yeah, it is very interesting. Also, how languages, some have very easy aspects and some have really hard aspects. For example, when I started out learning Japanese, I thought the grammar was really easy, and it is. And also using verbs and to conjugate them, it's actually very easy, easier than French. If you master the French language with, as in the French grammar, you are prepared for Japanese grammar because it's not as hard as the French one. So far, cool. So maybe it will be easier to learn than I thought. And then we started the chapter on counting words. And then she tells the class there's thousands of counting words that you need to individually know by heart in order to count things based on arbitrary things like, are they long and thin, or are they like shaped like a piece of paper, or are they animals, are they people, are they small, are they big? And it's insane. You need to know them all by heart, and that is really hard about Japanese. Also the fact that you can't really use another language that you know as a crutch to learn it. For example, right now I am taking Italian classes and I'm using my French knowledge as a crutch because some of the grammar is very similar. A lot of words are very similar. So I already know how that goes, or I can kind of transfer or transpose my French skills onto my Italian skills. Same thing for if you, for example, know Spanish, then learning any language that's related to that would be much easier. But with Japanese, you can't really do that. It's like a language on its own. It's not really part of any family. At least not that I'm aware of. And if it is, then that language I don't know, so I can't use it as a crutch. Oh, and also all the kanjis, there's thousands of characters you need to know by heart. And that is freaking hard, I tell you. So just because the grammar is easy doesn't mean the language is easy, and just because some things are hard doesn't mean the whole language is hard. Some languages really go crazy on one aspect and are really tame in another aspect. And it's also very interesting how languages evolved, through history. That is something that I also really like learning more about. When I took German, I just combined words a lot of the time and only got corrected half the time or so by the teachers, which was way less than expected. Yeah, because probably you did it right. And if you do it right, then yeah, that's a word in German, and it's completely okay using that. For example, a very specific example, Spargelgewächshaus. That's like, whoa, what's that? That's a mouthful. But let's divide it. Spargel is a, do you say it's not Asperger's as the syndrome, the autism, right? But it's a type of vegetable that makes your urine smell after you've consumed it, because there's a chemical inside that does that. I'm trying to think of because asperge is French, I've noticed. Asparagus? Yeah, asparagus. How could I forget about that? Jeez. So asparagus is Spargel. Then Gewächs is just a, it literally means growing. But what it actually refers to is a greenhouse. And a house is house. So a Gewächshaus is a greenhouse. So it's a greenhouse where you grow asparagus. and that's it. It sounds like a lot, but it's not really. You just combine 3 different words and they make sense. For record, there's over 10 accents in Arabic. In Iraq, our accent is very strong, like Scottish accent, English. Oh, that's very interesting. Over 10 accents. Yeah, I've heard that there's also Persian Arabic that's still around, and other Arabic things where those, if they would speak to each other, they wouldn't really understand each other. I mean, I've heard about that. Maybe you can correct me, Amit, and feel free to do so. I've heard that if you know Spanish, you pretty much know Italian. Yeah, they're very closely related. The maximum amount of words according to Arabian grammar is 12 million, but there's not that many words. Yeah, are there 12 million words at all? I know there are concepts that you can't really translate. Like, another example I commonly quote is, in German at least, is Backpfeifengesicht, which is, how do I even, like, bagpipe face? But it's not that. That would be if I translate it literally, but it really means is a face that you really want to, like, just punch him, because it's, you know, that kind of face that's really punchable, that's what it means. But it's hard to translate, at least there's no direct translation. Same for the French word esprit de l'escalier, which literally would translate into the spirit of the stairs. But that's not what it is. It has nothing to do with stairs, and it has nothing to do with spirits. It's just the fact that you get, like, after you had an argument or a discussion or a debate, however you want to call it, and then the perfect counter argument or answer comes up, but it's too late. The discussion is already over. That's what esprit de l'escalier is. And you can't really translate that. At least it is kind of hard to do so. So my guess is that maybe a lot of Arabic terms are like that you can't really translate them, but they're still a word, a distinct word. Spanish and Italian Portuguese are languages close to each other. Yeah, they are part of the Roman language family, which evolved from Latin. The same way the amount of words were calculated with Arabic, I could probably also get fairies to a couple of millions. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how they calculated it, and I didn't see how, so maybe it depends. Maybe also with German, and as an extension Luxembourgish, because the Lego thing you can also sometimes do in Luxembourgish. Not always, but it is possible, because Luxembourgish is a Germanic language. It has some properties that are identical to German. Some, not all. The more languages you learn, the easier it is to learn the next one. Oh, definitely. As a polyglot, I can definitely attest to that. That's just true. My mom now have to speak Romanian for some reason. She never studied any other language. It's extremely hard for her. To be fair, to the Romanians that I talked to, they told me that Romanian is kind of hard to learn. But then again, I don't know Romanian, so I can't really say for sure. There's more Faroese accents than 10, which is funny. I mean, also Luxembourg doesn't even have 1 million worldwide speakers, and yet we have different accents. I know you can't hear that, but if I would speak Luxembourgish here, someone who knew the language or someone who is fluent would definitely pick out that I have a southern accent in Luxembourgish. Oh, Oh, that's cool. I only heard Spargel and house, so I heard asparagus house and was confused because for a second my brain was chugging trying to understand what an asparagus house is. Imagine a house built out of asparagus. That would be crazy. Yes, it's true. In Iraq, I can't understand Moroccan accent. That most easy accent for every Arabic speaker is Egyptian. Ah, okay. Interesting. Everyone knows it, and yes, some word in Arabic meaning is different than English. I mean, I would understand that. I mean, other languages, like I just demonstrated French and German and also Japanese, have words that you can't really translate that well. Why keep typing there instead of the? That's JavaScript. It to me, yeah, JavaScript. Maybe take a break because the JavaScript rot, brain rot is real, let me tell you. Technically, we could get an infinite amount of words because the way Faroese works. Infinite amount of words. That would be very funny, but also completely useless because how would a dictionary work with infinite words? That would literally make the language impossible to fully master. But of course, as a math thought experiment, it's very interesting. So you could assign a Faroese word to every single real number. But is it the question then is it countably infinite or not? Because, you know, I mean, you definitely know that human name. That there's infinities that are larger than other infinities. I mean, out of my viewers, if you don't know that, then I would be... Then who would, right? I lived in Moldova for 8 years. I used to study it at school. Oh, okay. But all I remember is hello, what's your name? And here my Romanian ends. Yeah, after a while, if you don't really use the language, it kind of dries up. But still, it's somewhat like driving, or not driving, but riding a bike. You don't truly forget everything. And I'm sure that if you would try to study it again, it would come back faster or quicker. Pretty sure there's almost a unique accent for every town in the Faroese Islands. That just goes to show how long they've been isolated for. At least that would be my guess, because that's what usually what makes or what lets individual accents develop. Countably infinite, I'd assume. Yeah, I would assume so as well. Uncountably infinite, that's not sure how that would work. Tried making my own languages and it's very difficult. Kaiser Kamazin, I did the same as a kid. I tried to make up a language and it was so... Because I was... Get this, I was so angry at having to learn not German grammar. Well, German grammar isn't too easy either, but French grammar. That I don't know, something flipped in my brain and I just tried to make a language with grammar that was really easy and consistent, and it was really wild. It was very strange. Don't see why it would be uncountably infinite. Yeah, me neither. I mean, trying to learn that language called Sumerian. Oh yeah, Sumerian. I know that. My husband showed me quite a bit of Sumerian memes because he has a obsession with things like that sometimes. And isn't there a Bronze Age piece of bronze where someone left essentially a review of someone's copper that's really bad or bad quality, and it's in Sumerian? I think that's what it was about, but that makes me chuckle. I have a book for it used to be sold back in the late 70s. I'm trying to learn it to look cool. I mean, yeah. If you would be able to go back in time, then you would be able to converse with old humans. That's pretty cool, but unfortunately time travel isn't really possible. Or maybe fortunately it isn't. It's always easier to restore than learn from scratch, definitely. That's why as I was a student, I got a couple months course in different languages. I'm sure I'll be able to get quick in almost any country. But after Ukrainian with 7 cases, I'm not afraid of any European languages. 7 cases? That's not too bad. Not sure how many cases. No shiny yet. Jeez. I mean, no, German has 4 cases. And that's already giving a lot of people trouble. But, 7, jeez. What are the other ones? I'm aware of, like, what, nominative, accusative, dative, and genitive, like possessive. That's what exists in German and Luxembourgish as well. Oh, Luxembourgish has a couple more cases, but not 7. I don't think it has 7. So 7 is really a lot. Didn't know Ukrainian was that hard. But then again, I never looked into learning it, so I wouldn't know. Want to make a slightly modified version of Danish that's a little closer to Faroese, then update it to be closer to Faroese. I wish to ship Obliteus out of existence. Oh yeah, what a plan. That's a master plan. Just slowly but steadily swap it out with Faroese and then Danish out of existence. Danish vanish out of existence. Oh boy. That's pretty funny. In German lessons, I was wondering why there are no 3 more. How to say that? Yeah, cases. Yeah. That's like, I mean, there's English people that learn German and then they're like, ugh, what? How do I say how do I use the genitive and all that? And I'm like, I don't know, you just need to learn it. Fortunately, you just need to learn that by heart, and then at one point it sticks. Reverse linguistic imperialism. Revenge. Honestly, my problem with the German cases were how the articles der, die, and das change between cases, especially when die would become der in one of the cases, and my brain hated that. Oh, definitely. That is what I would call one of the hardest things to learn about German, definitely. I know a lot of non-Germans who, when they learn German, they complain about that, and I do understand how annoying that is. It's even harder in Luxembourgish because we got even more of that unnecessary BS. But yeah, definitely, I understand that it's really hard. If you're not used to German, then learning that is really, I don't know, really annoying. Nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, instrumental. There's instrumental. I know what my brain goes straight to, instrumental in, as in a song and you only hear the instruments, but it's definitely not that. Locative, vocative. Yeah, I mean, the first 4 I do recognize also exist in other languages, but instrumental, locative, vocative, I've never, at least I don't think I've ever heard of that. Not sure, but Sumerian is my original language since Iraq is the country where Sumerians, Babylon, and the Akkadians all came from. Yeah. Is as historical as Egypt and maybe more. I would say maybe more because wasn't that the cradle of civilization? Wasn't that what they spoke during the Bronze Age? I could be wrong, but I do remember something like that. So can I get an actual shiny now, or do I mess up again? I mean, I don't mind. I have my discussions with you. I'm having fun, but it's time for some shinies. Actual grammar didn't slip me up that much, funnily enough, just the articles. Yeah, I mean, the grammar is okay. It's not like French grammar where you have so many things to look out for and memorize. And the articles are pretty annoying in German, definitely. Like in Luxembourgish, you have articles. You have articles like in Germanic languages and also like in Roman languages, where if you have a word that starts not with a consonant but a vocal, then you not a vocal, a vowel, sorry, that is brainwater at its finest again. If it starts with a vowel, then you have to like use a how do I say it? It's like in French where you use a apostrophe for the article, and Luxembourgish has both that French thing and the German thing, and that is even harder to learn. So that can be very confusing if someone wants to learn Luxembourgish. Instrumental if you use something as a tool. Ah, okay. Well, that is exactly what it says on the tin. Really straightforward. If you speak language, use it as a tool. It is instrumental. Okay. Hammer as a tool. If you do something with a hammer, it's instrumental. Locative, I would say, is when something gets moved in space or it shifts. And vocative, does that come from vocal? When you're voicing something? I'm just guessing here. It certainly helped me learn the language that I tried writing in German, and the language I was making at the time took inspiration from German. So it helped me understand a lot of the concepts. Well, at least, yeah, you did that. Unfortunately, my make up a language endeavor wasn't as productive as yours. Locative is obviously location, yeah. Somewhere in or on or above something in the forest, for example. Okay. Interesting, that's a case. I do understand now what you mean, though. I can kind of picture that in my head. The wheel and the first writing ever made, the calendar and some math. Yeah, I think Sumerian is actually the language of the cradle of humanity. That reminds me of a sci-fi story that I read where Sumerian, or like they use some kind of mind virus, or not mind, I think it's a mind virus, a brown note of some sort that forces humans to speak, or they reset to Sumerian, because apparently that's the base language for humans. Trying to think about what that was again. It just made me think of that. What was it again? Yeah, it was Snow Crash, definitely. Snow Crash. There's a virus in Snow Crash called Snow Crash, obviously. And when a person gets that virus in the story, they reset to, like, they get factory reset. And being factory reset as a human means they resort to only being able to speak and understand ancient Sumerian, which is an interesting concept. And at one point they say it's like a programming language for human beings. And that is a thing that happens in Snow Crash. It just reminded me of that. Vocative uses only when you are called something. Not something, someone. Okay, someone. Alex is my name. If you want to call me, use vocative. You're saying Alexi with E. Ah, okay. So you add an E at the end and then it's... Okay, yeah, makes sense. Only with humans you can't call your dog that way. This is strange. Oh, come on. Yeah, I also don't like that where in German sometimes a dehumanizing article is used for... Like the it for an animal. I mean... I don't really like that too much. I demand respect for animals. But if you're drunk and there's no one to talk to and you are talking to your dog as it is a human, you use vocative, it is funny. I talk to some animals sometimes. I mean, I know that they don't really understand me, but it's not about them understanding me, it's them kind of... I don't know, I take animals very seriously and I like talking to them. I sometimes used to talk to my goldfish and they would react, definitely. Because when I talked, that would mean maybe food, and maybe food is very important in their brains. And also sometimes I talk to the crows, but crows are really intelligent. They probably can discern at least some kind of, or derive some kind of meaning from what I say. Not E as the same E as in Alex. Both E are the same. Okay, so they're, yeah, pronounced the same. Das Mädchen, yeah, das Mädchen is very confusing. It's a girl, so you would say it's the female article die, but nope, it's das Mädchen. But Mädchen is like a cutification because of the shen at the end. And all of the cutifications, they... Like, it is die Katze, so the cat. Die Katze is female. So it has the female or feminine article. But if you have a Kätzchen, that's a kitty, it's das Kätzchen and not die Kätzchen. So that's why das Mädchen is das and not die Mädchen. But it is definitely confusing. I get it. I get it when people say that throws me off guard. In Babylon, in Iraq, now there's a myth that say God forced all humans to speak different languages after they tried to start a rebellion against God. Oh, you're referring to the Tower of Babel. That's why it's called babbling, you know. Where they tried to build a tower to reach heaven, and God was really displeased with that. So he cursed the humans to all speak different languages. Always find it weird that Mädchen used das as its article. Yeah, it is weird. I mean, if you're learning the language, that definitely throws you off. And yeah, human name explained what I explained as well. With the shen, that's like a suffix. Yeah, exactly. That just automatically gives it the das article. Article would be German. That's just the way it is. It is weird. There's other things like that in German as well, where you would say, why is it that and not the other? There's no articles in Ukrainian. Oh, that's good. There are hundreds of different endings for nouns and for adjectives too. Oof. Still no shiny. Ugh. And verbs have a lot of different forms too. That's a hell for foreigners. Oh, jeez, that sounds tough. Because that's where I'm liking Italian more than French. The verbs, the different forms, they're not as difficult or weird as in French. But that sounds really tough. I mean, endings for nouns and all that. You have to basically learn them by heart. No, not the Pokédex, that's not what I wanted. There's also no articles in Japanese. And no real, like, no articles, no genders for nouns. And you can leave out a lot of words in Japanese. So the sentences can actually become really short. Because from the context alone, you can deduce what the meaning is. Sometimes that makes it really difficult, and sometimes that makes it very easy. The mascot has abandoned us, it looks like. I don't know what's wrong with me. Haven't been on the best streak lately. But the real shinies are the friends we make on the way, or insert other catchphrase here. But even one form you can spell in a couple of different variations, and they will have slightly different meanings. Ooh, that as well. Excuse me. Do you have a example for that? Because that would be... I'm trying to imagine how that would look like. Still easier than JavaScript. I mean, JavaScript. I don't find it's. I don't find it hard. It's just tedious. That's what I would call it. Tedious. Like the theory around JavaScript, I got to very early, but actually using it, it's tedious. That's what I would describe it as. Maybe that's just me. Fairies also has the ability to make really short sentences. Apparently what is the sentence again? Buffalo, 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 something like that is a grammatically correct sentence, and it's still really weird. I mean, I understand why, but my brain just goes, no, that's not an actual sentence, but it is. And I think that's for English. So buffalo is also verb. Hey, sorry I'm late. How's it been so far? Welcome back, James Carson. Welcome to the stream. Still no shiny until now. I don't know what's wrong with me. Couple later streams I've not on my best somehow, but we are in the middle of a discussion about linguistics. So that's really interesting and fun. I'm not sure about examples right now. My brain is like, let example... Alright, yeah, you don't need to provide anything. I get it. I have to head out relatively soon, so wishing you the best of luck with the hunt while I'm still here. Thank you, Kaiser Karmazin. Hopefully, I mean, I do plan on streaming for at least another half hour. Hopefully I'll get a shiny until now. I can't believe I haven't gotten one yet. Like at this point I would have gotten at least a couple of shiny accidental Oddishes. What is the plural of Oddish? Is it Oddishes or Oddish? Like with plural of Pokemon you don't say Pokemons, you say Pokemon. Same with Chow from Sonic. You don't say Chows, it's the Chow. Not sure about that specific game or grammar. But yeah, even the annoying Oddish hasn't turned up, so that's definitely strange. I mean, yeah, I mean, I did ask when would be the best time. I didn't really get any, or not a lot of, replies. And I do... Well, I think that, tomorrow or another day I will find something, maybe I'll ask question again in Discord, and then, I'll try to, be there for the voice chat when most people are present. Oddishi, like cacti instead of cactuses. Oddishy. Pronounced like Oddishy, yeah. Oddishy. Now we have to go into botany to kind of do that correctly, I guess. Remember translating some stuff from English into fairies? One sentence was, I can hear the music and I don't like it. In fairies it can just be... Okay, no, I cannot pronounce that correctly, but I'll try. Oljo... I don't know how to pronounce that character, Heurist. Oh, that's just 2 words. No, that's pretty quick, yeah. In Japanese, you can leave out entire things when they've been mentioned in a prior sentence. Annoying, the mascot is beautiful, okay. Yeah, beautifully green. I felt like no one wants to suggest a day because no one wants to hold the blame for who didn't show up. Hey, I mean, I don't blame anyone. Maybe I'll just drop a few days where I will be there, and it's gonna be multiple time slots, and then whoever's gonna be there will be there. Maybe that would be a better idea. I just don't want to go into the voice chat when no one's there. I do know that I am aware of the time zone differences, which can sometimes complicate things. And that's why I'm asking. And also that people have either university courses, excuse me, or they have work to do, or they have school. My shiny sense is saying we're gonna get one soon. Well, hopefully Kaiser comes in, hopefully. A shiny Rhydon would be really nice as well. I mean, I'm trying for a Pinsir now for like, what, 1 hour and a half? Almost 2. And still nothing. Keep missing the frames. What else? I mean, Rhyhorn would be a bit later. I'll check what the... maybe I'll do surfing as well. Because there is a small pond in Area 3. Right, so surfing in the Safar-Zone. Area 3, there we go. Oh, we have Psyduck and we have Golduck. Oh, I haven't gotten a Golduck yet, so that would be a interesting thing. So... Oh, wait. The outside sweet scent delay is 261, not 68, so I've been doing the delay wrong this whole time. But I did that in prior streams as well, and I still gotten the shiny because sometimes it doesn't really matter at all. Not that it doesn't matter that maybe that may come across as weird or wrong, but sometimes you end up hitting another frame that gives you shiny. Next Pokemon, I bet. Hopefully. You should use vocative to call that shiny. Hope you just tell us when, because last voice chat was lucky I didn't know that you were doing voice chat. Yeah, I'll, like I said before, I'll try to... Maybe I'll just do... Should I do that spontaneously? Just check in who's there, and if you... I'll just write it in the Discord. Would that be better? The unsound hears itself. The unsound hears itself. That's okay. Which sounds like nonsense to those who don't understand fairies. Yeah, but I do... Okay, that's very interesting. The unsound. So unsound, does that kind of suggest that it's not good? I would assume so. I kind of understand what the logic is behind that. Okay, I'll try for Rhyhorn a couple of times, and then I'm gonna try for a no, not a Psyduck, sorry, a Golduck. And then let me check for next weekend. I should be able to stream. Yeah, I should be. Means a bad sound. Yeah, that's what I thought. But some languages are like that, though. Like unsound, that's not even a word, so I would classify that fairy's word as something that you can't really directly translate. Like Buckpfeifengesicht, it's not a bagpipe face, that's not what it means, but if you would translate it literally, you'd get a bagpipe face, but a bagpipe face or Buckpfeifengesicht is just a punchable face. Or, as some dictionaries online put it, a face badly in need of punching. Which is pretty funny. And there's definitely some faces out there. Well, not because of the way they look like, but more of the way they act. Okay, going for Rhyhorn now for a couple of resets. Let's see. Maybe I'll get lucky now. I mean, even if I get a shiny, you know, it's a Safar-Zone. It can still flee, unfortunately. So let's go back to area 3. Remember that the poll on my community tab and on my channel as concerning which static or stationary shiny I should RNG first. The poll results will be considered final overmorrow, so the day after tomorrow. And right now, still cast form is in the lead. And I'll do that live, and once I've gotten that one, I will not stop. I will finish the live stream and I'll just stream something else in its stead then afterwards. Because maybe I'll get lucky, like with the Lileep, and I get it within 15 minutes, and then, well, then I might as well play something else. Or I'll do probably either a Sapphire hunt or something else. thought you'd be more confused about I can hear becomes hears itself. As in hears itself, I see it as it can be heard. Does that make sense? Right, I'm heading out. Good luck. Thank you, Kaiser Karmazin. Thank you also for being part of the stream, and see you next time. Suggest you tell us that you will do voice chat like an hour later. This way, when someone does go into Discord, we see your message. Okay, I can try that as well. Backpfeifengesicht Germans even have a word for that guy searching for aggression. Yep. You can call him a Backpfeifengesicht and wouldn't even understand what you mean, and that's a funny way to insult people. Wouldn't even understand. Something along those lines. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of used to that in German. Sometimes you have things, or in French you have things that if you would translate them literally, if you weren't really knowledgeable on that language, you would say, what does that even mean? But kind of pre-programmed to think in leaps like that. Have to go now though. See you later. Alright, human name. Thank you for being part of the stream, and see you later. See you next time. Yeah, it is. Tomorrow it's Monday after all. And it is getting late. Well, if you're neat like me and you don't have a job, then of course that's no concern. Kind of dissing myself here, but I'm not doing that on per choice. I don't like that lifestyle. I don't understand how people want to live like this. I'm frantically looking for jobs to end that state of being. So let's see. Oh god, a oddish but not a shiny one. Unfortunately no meme. That would have been funny. If there was a shiny Oddish and it ran, that would just be the cherry on top of not getting any shiny whatsoever for a couple of hours, and then a shiny just leaving. And not only is it a shiny, it's a Oddish, and not only is it a shiny Oddish, it flees. But maybe I should not speak too much about that, because for those of you who were there when I did the Sapphire stream, when I said, oh, that's Surskit, I can fail it if it crits, and then guess what? It crits. Not nice. No, definitely not. Maybe I'll go to another patch just for fun. Not that it changes anything. Want to say that if anyone wants to battle me in Pokemon Showdown, my name is Shololik. That's my name. Oh, I haven't touched Showdowns for a long time, but yeah. What formats do you play on Smogon, Amit? Specific ones or anything? In Russian, there's a phrase that literally translates as face asks for a brick. That's a bit more extreme. Unfortunately, I speak Russian too, and there's nothing like that in Ukrainian at all. Okay, that's very funny. Face asks for a brick. Have to check that out. That's even more extreme than face in need of a punch. Imagine just smashing a brick into someone's face. That's pretty brutal. Not gonna lie. Any? We are peaceful. Yeah, maybe it's time to open up Showdown again. Hopefully that won't get a crackdown by Nintendo. Because they have been very strict about fan-made things like that. Even if they fall under the guise or the law of fair use. But that's because in Japan, the copyright laws are different. Still, that doesn't really justify that, but hopefully at least Showdown stays up. Because that's a good way to theorymon, right? To test out the meta. And it doesn't take forever to build a team, like in the games themselves. It takes so long way too long to build a competitive team. Even in the modern games, I mean, the YouTuber Imabilissy has demonstrated that in multiple videos of his. So that's why I approve of Showdown. Right, about 20 seconds remaining. Let's see. Gonna do one more. Or maybe I'm just gonna try different ones interchangeably. Let's see. Will this one get me? Did I hit it, at least hit it correctly or somewhat correctly? Nope. But let me check if the surfing one... Are there any identical frames that are Golduck? 228 and 308. Okay. 228 and 308. 228 and 308. No, there seems to be no... There's 306. Okay, then let's do the surfing thing now. Just to have some, at least some variety now. So Golduck. Let's start it. Can I at least get a shiny Golduck in this stream? I mean, still I had fun. I mean, that's really not the issue, but jeez, where's the shinies? I know I'm better than that, so well, I usually am. Right, so let's go to the pond. No, not the correct. There we go. And then the pond, you go here, and then upwards, and then I think here, there, to the right, and then there it is. Yeah, exactly. So the top right of the of area 3. And then you just use, like always, you use Sweet Scent, and you hope for the best. You hope that first a shiny will appear, that you get it correctly. And if it does appear, let's hope that we don't, at least that the RNG is gonna be nice to us and it won't flee. I do have some Pokeblocks on me, but still, sometimes you still don't get them. Yeah, Pinsir would have been nice, but unfortunately no Pinsir. Rhyhorn also be nice, but oh, there's I think 306 is a frame that they share, if I'm not mistaken. Thought my leaf green save file on 3DS is broken. Oh, that's unfortunate. How did that happen? Did you hack it in and something didn't go correctly? Has some strange characters as a name and trainer profile doesn't open. That sounds like some kind of the glitch in Generation 1, the Zaz glitch, or ZZZAAAZZZ, however you want to pronounce it. Right before the Elite Four, that really sucks. But since I assume it is hacked, so maybe if you can use, like, take that file and check it under a program to see what exactly is corrupted, maybe that would help. Not sure if it would, but sometimes you can mitigate corruptions like that. By the way, I'm moving to a new house with my family. Oh, that sounds exciting. Hopefully you'll like it. I know moving can be really stressful, but it's still worth it in the end, especially if you move somewhere where you love it. Or you have backups, well, yeah, then probably not much of an issue. Still haven't gotten the Natu as well, but that is for Area 4. The Fanfi I've already gotten. The Natu kept escaping. And then there's Heracross, which is very interesting. And it's pink, which is absolute perfection. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Have you ever Zaz glitched during a stream? No, I don't. I mean, that's really hard. Not hard to do, but it's not possible on the newer games. You need to do it on the older, like the first generation games. Maybe I could try it while on stream. I don't see why not. It's a very specific glitch. Specific things need to be triggered in order for that glitch to appear. And the reason why I never really did it is because the glitch itself corrupts certain parts of your RAM. So random access memory. And if you corrupt your RAM, you can maybe corrupt your cartridge. And that's why I'm not such a fan of doing or trying that on a real cartridge. I think if I would do it, then maybe on Virtual Console or emulator, but I don't like playing emulators, so... Pokemon Storm Silver is a game that I felt like I'm on drugs. Like I walk on Route 1 and found level 1 Palkia Dialga, like lol. Oh, on drugs? Is that what you thought to meant to type? Level 1 Palkia Dialga? That sounds ridiculous, but what kind of game hack is that? Is that part of the Storm Silver hack, or did you play the ROM hack with a randomizer? I know there's some troll hacks out there. I mean, I have one. So I know how that is. For example, in the COCK version, which I'm not gonna, or at least I'm not going to try to pronounce it or read it out aloud. But that has, like, you can get Master Balls for free in every single store. And that's just, it breaks the game, right? But that's the point. Because it's a troll hack. Because it's meant to be played as a joke, and the dialogue is so not safe for work that I cannot stream it here. It also contains slurs. So I think that would actually get me banned. And if I would stream it or somehow record it, I think I need to release it on Patreon, like 18 plus only. It's really, yeah, out there, the dialogue. It's very filthy. It's like a horny 12-year-old wrote that. Which kind of makes it unironically funny in a way, like with how YouTube poop ruined my humor. But still, it's pretty crass. If you swear in German or play the hack in German or another language, would you still get banned? Yes, because there's a slur in German is still a slur. You have the same hack. Yeah, you showed me how you bought it. So you know what kind of dialogue is in there, you know, the N-word, the C-word, the... And I don't mean the C-word as in C-U-N-T or C-U-M, but a slur. That's all I'm gonna say. And I don't like saying slurs. Really don't feel like I'm dirty when I do that. And not like dirty as in, ooh, that's raunchy, but I feel bad because those words are used to belittle people. Okay, one more reset. Hopefully this time I'll... Come on, I need to at least get one. This would be the first Safari Sunday where I get absolutely no shiny at all. Oh well, there's a first time for everything, I assume. I want to point out that I love Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Yeah, more than Gold and Silver. Yeah, they are better. Also, I agree. Since more advanced, like gameplay, color games are not that bad, but it's too old. I mean, yeah, too old. Sometimes oldies are goldies, but the Heart Gold, Soul Silver remakes are really good. They add a lot of things while still containing all the goodness that made the original games enjoyable. Oops, oh, almost. Maybe some, yeah, I think some of these guys, these NPCs that turn around and walk, they can still mess up frames, so hopefully this reset will yield something. Jeez, that would really be the first one. Oh well, there's always a first time, but... Oh, and tomorrow I plan on streaming again. And I'll be streaming the Pokemon Ruby Shiny Only Challenge, so... Just so you know, I'll probably stream a bit earlier, because I do have to get up early the day after that. But that should all work out fine. Sometimes also check out the when my audience is most likely to be online. But some of my audience are not really the kind that look at or watch my my streams. They are basically video only viewers, which is also completely fine. Of course it is. Ruby catch purple plus challenge, yeah. And then I was looking for a purple pool, didn't get one, and later I got 2 accidental ones. So that was fun. No, let's see what I can get other than that. But yeah, I kind of wish for the first reset yields a shiny immediately. That was nice. Want to go back to these times. that time just flew so quickly. I can't believe that I've been sitting here for 2 hours and it doesn't feel like 2 hours. It's just weird. Felt like maybe an hour at most. But when you're having fun, you're having a... we had a lot of interesting discussions today. At least in my opinion. I really like talking about linguistics as well. And trying to learn new things. I mean, we have people here that speak Ukrainian, where I can't really add a lot to that, but I really like it when there's people that can add things, or they add things to discussions where I cannot contribute, so I learn something new. I can add something from my experiences, so they maybe they learn something new. And Ahmed knows Arabian, that's also super interesting. Yeah, that was really enjoyable today, so at least there's that. Okay, let's see. Moment of truth. Oh well, like I said before, I will stream tomorrow again. And next weekend should also be Safari Sunday and Safari Saturday again. As well as Wild Wednesday as always. And on Thursday I should be able to stream the Sapphire hunts. So that would be the square shiny hunts. And as always, thank you so much for being part of the stream. And see you guys tomorrow. So goodbye and good night.